Hi, Dots per Inch here, and I'm back once again with another Meet the Artists episode on the High Definition channel. This time, taking some time out of their busy schedules, I'm welcoming Cruel Intentions to the Meet the Artists podcast. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, we're all good. Thank you
What's
very
good?
much.
Yeah,
Very
good
good,
stuff.
very good. Thank you.
So there's obviously two of you. Just introduce yourselves to the camera one by one. Do we want to go Paul first?
Go on, Pete.
So I'm basically Paul Michael, half of Kruel Intentions. I don't know what more to say really. What is there more to say about us?
Eyeball Paul.
Eyeball Paul. Saying that, we both got nicknames for each other, haven't we?
Let's
both
get
got
into
loads of
that shortly.
nicknames.
Yeah, let's get
Let's
into
get
that
into
shortly.
that,
And I'm Rodzilla, the other half. And that is it. We are just 50-50. We do the shit and we get cracking, you know? That's all we can say, really.
Yeah, wicked stuff. So how did you guys get together, and when did you start working with each other?
We were very young, so we started hanging out from a young age. I had mixing equipment in my house, and I went to his once, and he had it there, and then we were just, that was it. We both knew what we kind of wanted to do, and we just kind of put it together.
Yeah. So he's both in music, like from a young age. Like, I don't even know, since probably about 15, 16. Before that, we both had decks, didn't we? We both started off on the vinyl, and then eventually moved to CDJs, playing off CDs, and then now, you know, USBs like everyone else.
What were you guys playing on vinyl?
I had garage. I had like loads of different types of garage, and at the time, basically, I got some vinyls off my brother, my older brother, he used to be a DJ, and that basically got me into garage, and then I started buying my own stuff. And then he was like, "Yeah, you're gonna get into house." And at that time, I was like, "Nah, I hate house. I'm never getting into house." And then a few years later, I literally just converted, and now I've had like enough of garage, and I'm just literally all about house music now.
Yeah, for me, I was a grime. I like grime. I like the grime instrumentals, and I used to listen to a lot of like Wiley, all that sort of era stuff, mix them sort of things together. But I used to love house, actually. I used to really want to be like more into house, but I couldn't find the house vinyls that I wanted. But when it converted to CDJs, I mean, you could always get the CDs and the stuff that you wanted, especially when you got to Beatport and stuff. It was all just like there. And then Layback Luke was just like putting stuff out, and then it was just all so much more accessible. I think for both of us as well, for the same, we just like both found it so much easier to get into, and then we just went for it, you know, and we really enjoyed it from the beginning, you know.
I mean, it's mad to think, really, isn't it, Dan? When myself, you guys were getting into DJing, it used to cost £7 a record, £7 for one track.
And we used to think nothing of it, and it used to weigh a ton as well. And we got a big box.
That was mad.
Big, massive silver box each, and it was so heavy. And we used to carry it around.
The worst thing is it? You could literally only fit like about 50 vinyls as well in the box. Like, £7 each, and then you'd have to track all the way to the record store to go and buy a couple of vinyls as well. Like, and
you'll be so proud when you got one.
we did have that much money back in the day, so you could literally get like 1 or 2 tunes like every month, like with pocket money, or you know, or a little bit that you might have been earning from paper round or whatever. But yeah, it's mad how it's changed so much since back in the day.
And do you know what? For me, like when I started to get gigs in clubs, this is sort of like around 2006 kind of time. Like I turn up with these vinyl, and you would never know what condition the Technics were actually going to be in. So you turn up with these vinyls that you spent £7 a tune on, and the decks are in like the worst quality going. Like,
and you had it in your mind how it was all going to go.
It never went to plan. Never.
Rodney, I swear Rodney had some belt drives. They were mad. You know, like, do you remember mixing up on belt drives? And you're trying to speed it up.
Balboa's like,
you're trying to speed them up. Just go flying, literally.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
You know what, though? It gives us a good foundation for where we're at nowadays. And certainly it makes life a lot easier these days, knowing how to pull those mixes back into time and stuff like that, rather than having to just, you know, heads down into the laptop, what's going on. So you guys are from South London, right?
Yeah.
Clapham Battersea.
Cool. So that's obviously got some good musical heritage around there, like So Solid Crew from Battersea and stuff like that. You know, what do you think Kruel Intentions can do to put yourselves on the map for Battersea and Clapham and that kind of area?
I mean, for us, like, we're really pushing to like make professional, high-end music. A lot of people just want to push out a couple tech house tracks and like be cool among the scene. We always want to go further than that. We want to put out like lifetime hits, like for instance, like Basement Jacks and, you know, Groove Armada, that sort of like household name sort of stuff, and that's what we're going for. And a lot of people from our scene are like, oh, they're sellouts. We don't care.
Yeah,
and I think I think the thing is with our sound as well, like we're not trying to like pigeonhole ourselves into a certain sound. Like we like making, you know, commercial music. We might making dirty underground, some tech, but it's all sort of under the house umbrella. We love making like different types of house, so we want to just literally push ourselves out there as much as possible, and then showing how versatile we are with our music production.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how you balanced up, because obviously, like you've had big commercial releases on the likes of New State, which have done like hundreds of thousands of streams and stuff that are obviously a bit more commercial than what you've released with us on high definition. You know, do you have a process for that? Do you go into every tune with the same mindset, or do you say, you know, on Fridays we make like the more commercial side of things?
I think with that, we just make what we feel at the time. Like both of us have got like our own laptops and that, and then like I might be feeling productive, and I might just be like, I'm just gonna make, you know, just go with whatever flows. And then other days I'll be like, oh, I like this Eli Brown tune, you know, I want to create something similar to that, or Gorgon City sort of sound, MK sound. So I might go down that way, but it's never like set in stone. We just literally go with whatever we're feeling, you know, on the time, on the day.
Yeah, and the thing is, we've been doing it for so long that like we've got such a back catalogue of like some stuff is more techie, some stuff is commercial. We don't often, as he just said, we don't go for like, oh, we want to do this. Sometimes we sit down and be like, we want to make a commercial track. But we've been doing it for so long that we've got like such a variant of house music. That it's just all there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool. And do you guys both work on Ableton? I think I can see Ableton in the background in yours, Paul Michael.
Yeah. So we both work on Ableton. I actually started on Logic, and I went on like a course to learn Logic, and I started on that. And then Rodney showed me Ableton, and then now I'm in love with it. I just find it a lot easier, the workflow, the sampling. I just find it a lot better, and the workflow better to work on. So yeah, now I'm just in love with Ableton. So I wouldn't try. I mean, actually, sorry, before Logic, I did start off on Fruity Loops. So it's Fruity Loops, then Logic, then Ableton, and now I'm like, I wouldn't come off Ableton, not unless, you know, I get used to another sort of site, you know, so another sort of program. But for me, it's just Ableton now. I think it's the same for Rodney as well.
Yeah. Fluid program. Yeah.
I'm Ableton now as well. I literally just switched from Logic, having used Logic for like 10 years.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like I can't lie, the first couple of months I kept wanting to like dig out the laptop and go back to Logic. And I kept like making up these obstacles in my head, you know, this is why Logic is better and so on.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Like a lot of it is just down to what you know. And
Yeah,
it's not so much
definitely.
about this one is better than that one. But now I'm sort of like 2 months into like sticking with Ableton, because I made like 3 tunes in Ableton in 2020, and then like dipped back into Logic and just left it. But this time, like I'm 100% sticking to it. So I've got to make it last now. And I think if you were starting in the music industry now, like especially in our music, like Ableton is probably the one. Like most of the big YouTube tutorials with and stuff are with Ableton now, is what I noticed. So I think there's a lot better resources out there for it.
Yeah,
definitely. I do miss a bit of a few plugins though from Logic. The EFM for the bass, That was like one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I'm
that was
like,
good. We always used to use that, didn't we? Yeah.
Such a
yeah,
simple synth, that one.
that EFM, yeah, it's so simple to use and that, and it has got its benefits and that, but where I haven't used it for so long now,
We still got some
I
tracks.
wouldn't go back to it.
We still got some tracks with that on from back in the day. That still sounds so like filled.
Current, yeah.
Yeah, from back using that. So it is a really good program to use.
Sick. So tell me a little bit about Push the Dub. How long has that been a work in progress? Like, what was the process in getting that one done?
I think we were both just in the studio at night time, late nights, just sitting there, just smashing tech house together, and that was one of the ones that we thought were really like techie and had a bit of legs. You know what I mean? We've got loads of stuff. We've got so much stuff that no one's heard yet that is there. And the ones that we feel we've got legs, we like push out a little bit more. So if you see on our SoundCloud page, we've got a few bits, and that was just one of them.
But yeah, we were sitting on that for a while now. I think that was probably made. That was actually made before COVID.
Wow.
That's how long. I mean, it's actually mad the turnover from when we actually finish a track to when it gets released. It's like some tracks, it's years. It's literally years before it sees. You know, it gets played out in the clubs. It gets on it gets out there on the label. It's mad. It's not like we made it last week and it got released. You know, we made it last month and it got released. You know, on Friday. It's like we made this ages ago. Like literally ages ago. Yeah, years ago.
Sick. I think that's you know, when a tune stands the test of time and the bass line in Push the Dub is just super like infectious. You know, when it stands the test of time and you still vibe into it 2 years later, it's always a good sign. So props to you guys on that one.
Thanks.
So obviously you guys work on the more commercial side and on the like sort of underground kind of side. What do you guys think of the way the scene sort of splits right now? Do you think that it's possible to achieve success in both like Spotify streaming and Beatport game?
I think it is, you know. I think like some of the big boys like sort of Gorgon City have shown that you can, you know, you can do the commercial side and, you know, you can do the tech side, you can progress in both sides. But I think the house scene at the moment, it's like if people are doing commercial stuff, then some of the more underground techie labels will look at you differently, like, oh, they're doing all this commercial shit, you know, compared to that. But with us, we're just making good music. That's just the way we see it, you know.
Sick. Yeah, no, I can hear what you're saying there. I definitely, from my side, have felt like, you know, how am I going to progress with my sound? Where's it going to go? Is it going to go down one route or the other, or can I do both? So it's good to hear that there are other people out there that think, you know, you can achieve both and you can do both.
Yeah, for us, I mean, we don't want to be big for a year and be like, oh, these guys are smashing it for 1 year. And I think that's what the tech house scene gives you. You know what I mean? Like we want to be more like we know we can do more than that. So that's what we're doing. You know?
I think it's important if you wanna make tracks like Basement Jacks, as you cited there, and you want to make timeless tracks, you know, that you need to. Yeah, you need to get the right song, and a lot of the times it's going to be songs that connect more than your tech house kind of underground movers, because if it's only got a short amount of vocal in it, or if it's from a sample, the chances of it becoming like a timeless classic like you guys want to do is tougher.
Yeah.
So yeah. You guys said to me the other day you were playing out on Bank Holiday in Illuminati's. How was that?
Yeah, good.
That was a good vibe. Yeah, that was a really good vibe there. Yeah, like we had a good vibe. Where did we go? Oh yeah, so we've been out all day. We went out for our friend's birthday, so we've done a bit of darts, bowling. What was that other thing? Pool, table tennis, and then that was at 2:00 in the day, and then we literally went to Illuminati for about 11.
Yeah, it's always a good vibe.
It was a really good vibe there, just like energy, and then it was like we had quite a long set, I think an hour 45. So we got a chance to play a bit of tech, a bit of underground, a bit of deep house. We got to mix it up, and it was like we could play, you know, all good house music, and the crowd was appreciating it, which is good to see. You know, we didn't have to just stick to one sort of sound. We could play, you know, all the sort of stuff we like.
Yeah. So, for instance, like you say, we're a bit like commercial and a little bit underground. So we do incorporate into our sets as well. So we drop a lot of like tech house, and we drop like a lot of commercial, like not commercial, but like stuff that we know people are going to resonate with and like sing along and
like,
dance.
Yeah, like, you know, some deep house classics, vocal house classics with some tech and some underground. So we play, you know, literally across the board. Like, we mix it up nicely.
Yeah, and it works. We're not trying to stay too cool, like, oh, we're just gonna play like bass lines, you know, give them what they want, and they love it, and that's it. And that's why we're doing well with regards to like sets, and that's why people are always there and receiving it well.
How do you play it with the two of you? Do you have like a set, like this is the Kruel Intentions way, it's like 5 tunes for me, 5 tunes for you, or is it just like all hands on deck, four hands doing their bits and pieces at the same time?
Yeah, we usually just do back to back, and one or two tunes each, you know, because we both got similar styles, and then we both can play different, so it works well. Like, you know, I'll start like playing a couple of tunes each, and then we kind of bounce off each other as well.
I mean, if there's no space and it's like one of them clubs where you've got little tiny decks, so we'll just do back to back, 1 1 1. But usually it's like 2 2. If we've got space behind that so we can maneuver around each other, we'll do 2 each, which is our normal setup. But sometimes we can do 1 each.
Yeah, it must be really fun, like rocking up to clubs together and doing it all together. Like, you know, you get that energy off each other, which must be cool.
The thing is, like, we're always like ripping the piss out of each other, and he's always like trying to mug me off for some reason. I don't know why. To this day.
We just do it.
But yeah, we have a good time together and stuff, and like we have a laugh, and that's the main thing.
On that note,
what is this?
The maddest thing is, he set this up previously.
That is brilliant.
Actually, a story behind that.
Go for it. Tell me about it.
That's for another time.
All right. So when we sign the next record, we're gonna get part 2 exclusive information on that one,
He's gone. He's laughed so much. He's dropped his phone on the floor. He's back now.
I've got 20%. I need to charge my phone.
Nah, cool guys. I think we're around about done. Like, I've heard lots of cool stuff from you guys, and I'm super excited for the next chapter for you. Thanks for joining us on the High Definition family. You know, all the best with all the music you're going to release this year, and
definitely, man.
Let's keep it moving. Do you want to quickly tell people where they can find out all about you and your project on Instagram, etc.?
Yeah, so definitely check us out on Spotify. You've got all our music on there, and it's Kruel Intentions with a K. If you want to check us out on the socials, we're on Instagram, and that's Kruel Intentions UK. Gigs, you can check us out on Resident Advisor. But most of the stuff where we're playing out, you can find on our Instagram account, and then you can also check out our SoundCloud, where we're going to upload some fresh mixes for you to enjoy.
If you're a singer as well, and you're in the house scene and you want to do a little collab, get in touch. Don't feel shy. Kruel Intentions UK on Instagram. But other than that, check out our Spotify account, which is obviously Kruel Intentions. You can see a vast majority of our music on there.
Definitely, singers get in touch,
including the Amy Lauren one. Amy Lauren, Kruel Intentions, Push the Dub.
Yeah, so Amy Lauren and Kruel Intentions Push the Dub is out right now on Spotify and Beatport. Go grab yourselves a copy. As we record this, it's already in the Tech House releases chart as part of the Spring Sampler EP on High Definition. Thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for joining me tonight.
Anytime.
I will speak to you guys very soon. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.